Good evening, and thank you for attending the Building Your Toolbox. It's a monthly educational series where individuals learn pain management strategy and skill. I'm really excited to present our guest presenter this evening, Demi Adamczyk. I'm pronouncing your last name wrong, Demi. I apologize. I should have clarified that with you ahead of time. So Demi studied performance at Columbia College in Chicago and has become an accomplished and active professional musician. She also is a 500-hour experienced registered yoga instructor. While teaching, Demi often includes live music and sound healing in her yoga and meditation sessions. With her unique background as a professional musician and her focus with the healing power of yoga and mindfulness, she is an excellent person to discuss how music can be used as medicine in your journey to grow and heal. So Demi, we really thank you so much for being here, and I will let you take it over from here.
Thank you, Becky. Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you online. As much as I would love to be in person, I think it's great that we have this platform and we can be at all different locations. So that's wonderful. My name is Demi Adamczyk, by the way, Becky. It's Polish, and it took me a while too, because it's my husband's last name. But to be fair, my maiden name was Mikolopoulos. So I'm not getting much easier with the new name. So my name is Demokratia Adamczyk. You can all feel free to call me Demi. And like Becky said, I am a 500-hour experienced registered yoga teacher, ERYT, with the Yoga Alliance. And basically that just means that I have done several different certifications. I also, like Becky said, I'm a professional musician. I studied music in college and continue to sing professionally. And I use the power of sound healing in yoga and in my meditations when I teach. So I've combined those two worlds to do exactly what I think I'm supposed to be doing, because it's these two different things, but they can be used cohesively, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. So my first question for all of you, and I know you can't quite unmute yourselves right now, but I would love for you to just think for a moment what kind of music you like to listen to, in general, and then what kind of music you like to listen to when you are trying to relax. So give yourself, let's say, about 30 seconds to answer that question. And it's kind of nice to not have to answer out loud sometimes, because you get to really be honest with yourself. No pressure, you don't have to share. But what kind of music do you like listening to? And then what kind of music do you specifically listen to when you know you want to relax? And that could be a specific song. It could be a title of a song, an artist that you like, a genre. After we're done here and the Q&A opens up, feel free to share these responses. And there are no wrong answers, by the way. Like, I'm not looking for the correct thing where it says, yeah, science says that's true. Like, music is so universal. So just know that whatever you said is true for you and totally valid for you. So multiple studies have shown that listening to sedative music or music with a slower tempo leads to a decrease in blood pressure. It lowers your heart rate and your respiration rate. So it affects your breathing. And this is likely due to the link between the ears, your vagus nerve in your brain, which is one of your cranial nerves, and the parasympathetic nervous system. And I'm sure some of you probably know, probably even more than me, about the nervous system. But the nervous system, as a recap, is functioning in two major ways for our body. So there's the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight, which is also very important. And I remember when I was learning about the sympathetic nervous system, I was like, oh, well, that's bad. I don't want to fight or flight. You have to, right? You have to move out of things coming towards you. You have to know, ow, that's hot. I'm not going to touch that. So your brain is constantly firing these messages where you need to know how to survive and how to keep yourself safe. So fight or flight is sympathetic. Tonight, we're specifically talking with music as therapy and sound therapy to the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the rest and digest part of your body. That's where you listen to the music you just jotted down or thought of, or when you take the relaxing bath at night, or for me, it's my hot cup of tea, or whatever you do to rest and digest. And it's so important that we tap into both, right? So one is not more important than the other. They're both equally important. So I wrote this quote down from radioart.com, but the ANS is the unseen conductor of our body's internal orchestra, directing the flow of messages to our organs and thus dictating our responses to stress and relaxation. I think I had a typo there. Oh yeah, but not the ANS, the vagus nerve. That's what we want to talk about. The vagus nerve. So this is where Becky, I get nerdy. I was telling Becky I get nerdy about this topic. So the vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the human body. And it literally is from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. It's the 10th of your 12 cranial nerves, and it plays a huge role in that parasympathetic nervous system that we're talking about tonight. So vagus in Latin, it helps me remember, it means wandering, which helps me remember because it moves right all throughout the body. And the left vagus nerve travels down the left side. I can mirror you. I'm good with yoga, right? This is my right, your left. So your left side, and then the right vagus nerve travels down the right side. And the vagus nerve is a majestic pathway, basically, and it bridges your brain with your heart, your lungs, and your digestive tract. And that basically orchestrates a myriad of functions, from regulating your heart rate to even helping with digestion. So this vagus nerve embodies the essence of relaxation and well-being. That's the nerve that you're tapping into when you are in the rest and digest state. So it offers well-being, it promotes better health, and it gives you a direct line to feeling a sense of calm. And however you showed up today, however you show up in the world, we could all use a sense of calm, all of us, right? And not even just physically, whether it's physical pain or physical stress or the tensions we carry in the body, but it's the mental and emotional as well. That's where the rest and digest really, for a lot of us, matters the most, because it works as in yoga. Sometimes we say like it's a work in. So it's working from the inside out and the outside in, the way a regular physical exercise class could work. And if you practice yoga or meditation, which again, I'm glad to hear from you at the Q&A, please let me know how that does work for you and how you feel, and share your own stories and anecdotes. So there is a ton of ways to finding this calm from within. And music specifically, and sound, is one way that we can do that. Tonight we're talking about that. You might have heard several different phrases that I'll mention tonight. So you might have heard music therapy, which there are registered music therapists. I am not a music therapist, just to clarify. I do sound healing, which is something else you might have heard. Maybe you've even been to a sound bath, or you have done sound healing, or you've been to singing bowl bath with singing bowls. There's so many different options, and I'll chat about those. But there's different aural, meaning, right, oral and aural. There's aural ways that we can relax, even by putting on a song. But it goes much deeper than that. And one thing we're going to talk about tonight that we'll actually explore in just a little bit, it's something called binaural beats. And I would be curious to know if anybody is familiar. So binaural, coming from the Latin word bi, meaning two, and then aural, right, of the ear. So two sounds of the ear. And it's not necessarily music. It's not even considered music. And it's, to some people, not even really considered sound, even though that's arguable, but also what isn't arguable nowadays. especially if you look online, there's like articles supporting this, and then there's the exact opposite amount supporting the opposite. So who knows? But basically, it's an auditory phenomenon, binaural beats. And it occurs when you're listening to two frequencies at once. So some argue like sound is frequency, right? But two frequencies. The other people, just in case you're curious, that say it isn't sound is because everything is at a frequency. Everything is vibrating constantly on Earth. So that's why some people say like it's not really sound if it's a frequency, because frequency could be whatever. But basically, it's you're hearing two different sounds at once. And when binaural beats are sustained, and we're going to listen to some in a bit, even though it's over Zoom, you can find these like if you have Apple Music or Spotify, or you just go to YouTube and type binaural beats, you will find more than you can go down a deep dive and find hundreds and hundreds. So they're sustained for a long period of time. And when you listen to them, it can actually scientifically alter your brain activity. And some studies have claimed that binaural beats can lower stress, increase focus, aid with sleep and relaxation, boost your mood, assist with pain management, and foster creativity. It's also linked to your REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, which we all know is the good sleep, right? It's what we want to achieve. And as we get older, it's harder and harder for us to achieve because our brain is constantly racing, right? But it does actually link to better REM cycle sleep. So in yoga or meditation, as an example, I have led guided meditations to binaural beats. So there's the added bonus of the sound frequency or the bitonal frequencies, and then the guided meditation, which we will do in a bit, as one example. And sound healing, also called sound therapy, is essentially vibrational medicine. So think of it not necessarily, it could be as an alternative or as a pairing to what people are doing already. So some people show up to sound baths and they do that for a myriad of reasons, but maybe they're showing up because they're dealing with stuff emotionally, or other people are doing it for physical reasons or whatever. It does deal with pain and pain management, though, in a variety of different ways. And sound healing has been used for centuries. It's done in spiritual practices. It's done all over the world. I'm familiar with it from India just because that's where the roots of yoga has come from. So I'm familiar with the way we do it for yoga and meditation and things of that nature. But there's so many cultures and so many places all across the globe that use sound healing and sound meditation and sound baths. And it's something that practitioners use in the Western world as well, even here in the States. I would be curious to know in your local town, if you did a quick Google search, which I bet some of you might do now, I'm curious to know if you type in local sound bath, what pops up. It could very well be, there could be an event nearby. There's tons of instruments that I'll go over in a bit that might be used. And sound therapy could be, it's sound vibrations, like I said, it promotes physical, emotional, spiritual well-being. It could be one of those, it could be all of those. It's really up to you as the practitioner what your reasons for going are. And that's true with anything you attend, right? There's no real reason is all I'm saying. Like if you come to a sound bath, it's not necessarily for a reason. And that's also the way yoga is. As opposed to maybe some other classes or workouts, like if you go, maybe it's to get stronger because you're lifting weights, or right, or it's like a running class and you're going for cardio. Sound healing is truly up to the practitioner, the teacher, or the guide just lets you decide for yourself, which I think is really beautiful. And sound healing can use several different kinds of instruments, like I was saying. I jotted some down so I don't forget. And this is just a few, by the way. There are probably so many more, and I'm going to forget some, which is totally fine. But sound healing uses different types of sound vibrations to balance and harmonize the body and mind. It aims to restore imbalances in the body using sounds that resonate with the body's natural frequencies. Techniques may involve instruments such as tuning forks, singing bowls, gongs, drum beats, and even the human voice to produce sound vibrations that may promote healing and feelings of well-being. These sounds and vibrations are believed to have a powerful effect on the body and can help to reduce stress and anxiety. It can improve cognitive function and it promotes spiritual growth. So, with that being said, that's enough of the lecture, so to speak. And I'm going to guide us for just about 10 minutes or so. So before we do that, in order to sit still, you actually have to be comfortable. That's one of the reasons yoga was created, is because a meditating body needs to be limber, right? You can't sit for hours if you're not feeling as comfortable as you can possibly get. So take a moment, and even if that means standing up, stretching your legs, take a reach, roll out your wrists, give yourself a couple twists, whatever feels accessible and important to you right now. Yeah, I love the arm stretches. Take what you need and just move, let's say for about 20 seconds more. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes now or throughout the sound meditation, go for it by all means. If you'd rather not, it's up to you. Keep your eyes open, whatever feels best in your body. So I invite you now to take a comfortable seat. And I would prefer that your feet are somewhere on the floor. If you're in shoes, socks, barefoot, it doesn't matter. Choose whatever option is comfortable for you right now, but plant your feet and notice where your body is touching something. If you're on a chair, your bed, a couch, notice how you feel here in your body for a moment. And as you start to settle into stillness, if you still need to wiggle or move, by all means, please go for it. We are listening to binaural beats, just so that you're aware. And we'll take a few deep breaths to start off our guided meditation. So however you're feeling, just exhale something old. Open mouth release. You're on mute, so we can't even hear you. Let it go. Inhale, fill up slowly through the nose, the mouth, whatever you can. Exhale, open mouth, release. Do that again. Sit up tall, fill up nice and slow. Deep breath in. Open mouth, share. Do that one final time. Inhale, take maybe the biggest breath you've taken today. And exhale, ha. Take a few more of those deep breaths on your own. Take just 2 more rounds and start to notice where you can soften. Probably for a lot of us, it's the face, the third eye, the space between your brows, your jaw. Let your 2 sets of teeth separate. Let your shoulders fall a little further away from your ears. Think about sitting alert, yet relaxed. So no need to strain. I always like to say all day long, we kind of sit however we want, right? With however posture we use. Right now, think about correcting that. So sitting as tall as you can, as comfortably as you can. Now imagine there is a bubble surrounding you. It's encompassing your whole body. And in this bubble, you are safe. You have no worries. You have no pain. There's no stress to think about. You're just simply you. In this bubble, there is peace. Your next breath in, if you like that word peace, start to inhale some of it. As you inhale, tell yourself, I breathe in peace. And exhale, let it go. You prefer another word, maybe it's calm. If you need some energy tonight, maybe you're low energy, you've had quite a week. You need some positivity, whatever word resonates with you. Imagine you are actually breathing it in. Keep this image as you envision this bubble all around you. This bubble that protects you, that holds you with peace, with calm, clarity. You're safe here. You're comfortable. And as you tell yourself that, really believe it. Notice how you feel in this bubble. Everything that you need is right here with you in this bubble. Now, just as you inhaled something good, start to exhale out something old, something you don't need. You breathe in some peace. Maybe you exhale some worry. You can exhale again any word or feeling that pops up in your head. Anything that no longer serves you, something that you'd like to let go of, choose to let it go here, even if it's just for a moment. Take a few more rounds of breath. You're doing great. Exhale. Feel free to audibly sigh. Let it go. Continue to breathe in and out, and perhaps you'd like to combine them. You inhale the peace, you exhale the worry. Tell yourself this mantra or this phrase, whatever phrase you've created, and bring your hands somewhere on your body. I always offer one hand to the heart, the other to your abdomen where your diaphragm is. Feel the rise and fall of the breath. You breathe in, you feel the peace, the calm, the joy. You exhale the worry, the stress, the pain. Repeat. There's only you in this bubble right now for just another moment. Taking in whatever you need more of. letting go of whatever you don't. Now, wherever your palms are rested, whether they're on your lap, your sternum, your abdomen, let this biofeedback, the hand to body connection, remind you to keep whatever has worked with you in this meditation. And like I was saying earlier, it's just an offering. Whatever worked, whether it was something physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, you decide whatever that was. You also decide to keep it. It's yours to have. The benefits of a sound bath, of guided meditation, the best part is that it lingers. It doesn't just happen right now. The positive benefits get to stay with you. Whatever has worked in this bubble, start to emerge, stepping out of this bubble and back to the room, back to your body, your breath, here with all of us. Keep your eyes soft or closed. I have my sound bowl here. Keep breathing. Stay still for just another moment. And the next thing of my sound bowl, if your eyes are closed, please open them. And come back to the room. Thank you, everybody. Take 30 seconds or so just to self-regulate after that. If you're feeling sleepy, that's probably a great thing. It means that you are in that rest and digest period, that phase. The parasympathetic nervous system is chilling out, which is a good thing. Roll your shoulders up, back, and away. Again, feel free to wiggle, to move. Roll out your wrists. Feel free to twist, to stretch.
That was a wonderful presentation and amazing sharing on how music and sound can influence the brain and sensation of pain. I'm always happy when I recognize there's another tool that I can incorporate into my toolbox. So we appreciate you being here tonight and sharing your expertise with us. Thank you so much again.